The reason you feel like you have no time isn't a problem with your schedule, it's a problem with your perception. We'll show you the single, highest leverage diagnostic tool that instantly exposes the hidden time thieves stealing up to 10 hours of your week. Let's just pause on that for a second. That feeling, you know the one, you're running from task to task, your calendar is a nightmare, but at the end of the day you feel like you got nothing truly important done? That isn't a scheduling failure, it's a perception failure. The truth is, most of us are operating with a completely flowed map of our own effort. We feel busy, we feel productive, but the reality, it's something else entirely. So what if you could just toss that flawed map and get a crystal clear satellite image instead? What if you could see, with cold, hard, objective data, exactly where every single minute of your day is going? Well, that's what we're here to do. And look, this isn't about some new productivity hack you'll forget by next Tuesday. This is a diagnostic framework, a systematic, data-driven system called Time Auditing that will prove to you that you are not spending your time where you think you are. And right there, in that gap between your perception and reality, we are going to find a massive, untapped source of focus. All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to unpack the perception problem. Then, we'll put on our detective hats and uncover your hidden time thieves. From there, we'll give you the diagnostic framework and dig into the psychology of control that makes this whole thing tick. Then we get to the good stuff, a concrete 7-day action plan, and we'll wrap it all up with the core philosophy, manage by measurement. Let's do it. So let's start with the absolute bedrock of this entire system. You are not spending your time where you think you are. Period. We tell ourselves these little stories about our day, right? Oh, I was slammed with meetings all morning, or I spent the whole afternoon on that big project. But here's the thing, our brains are notoriously unreliable narrators. They kind of smooth over the details, they forget the little distractions, and they build a story that matches our intentions, not our actual actions. This whole explanator is about replacing that fiction with fact. Okay, now we're gonna get a bit more clinical. We're moving from the vague feeling of being busy to a scientific diagnosis of what a busy day actually is. We're going to leave that feeling of being overwhelmed in the dust and adopt some precise definitions for the cognitive glitches that are robbing you blind. It's time to put your day under the microscope. The first culprit is a really common cognitive bias called time blindness. This is our brain's built-in inability to accurately guess how long a task is going to take, or even how much time we just spent on something. You think firing off that quick email is going to take 2 minutes? Time blindness is the reason it actually takes 15. And I want to be really clear, this is not a personal failing. It's just a weird feature of how our brains are wired. And time blindness? Well, it has a destructive sidekick, the planning fallacy. This is our universal tendency to be way too optimistic about what we can get done. Because we can't accurately guess how long things take, we end up creating schedules that are basically works of fiction. We cram our calendars full, assume every single thing will go perfectly, and then they're shocked when we're constantly falling behind. The planning fallacy is your time blindness weaponized against your future self. So, where do these time thieves operate? They hide in what we can call the cognitive dark matter of your day. Just like actual dark matter in the universe, you can't see these things, you can't measure them easily, but they exert a massive gravitational pull on your energy and your focus. We're talking about the quick glance at social media, the constant notification checks, the reactive emails. Each one seems tiny and insignificant on its own, but together they create this constant attention residue that just demolishes your ability to do real deep work. And this is the brutal result. It's the 80-20 rule, but for your focus. For a shocking number of people, 80% of their time is just consumed by these low-value time sinks and distractions. Meanwhile, the actual high-value deep work, the stuff that actually moves the needle, gets squeezed into this tiny 20% sliver of the day. This right here is the reality that time auditing is designed to expose and completely flip on its head. Okay, so we've diagnosed the issue. Now for the cure. The time auditing framework isn't a suggestion, it's a precise, systematic protocol. Think of it as a 3-phase system designed not just to make you aware, but to create permanent structural change in how you operate. And here are those 3 phases. It's really simple. First up, measurement. This is where we gather the raw, objective data. Second, analysis, where we turn that data into powerful insights. And third, implementation, where those insights become non-negotiable actions. It's a clean, powerful flow. Data, insight, action. Let's break down phase 1. For 7 days straight, you are going to granularly track your time in 15-minute intervals, every single 15 minutes. You'll use objective categories like deep work, shallow work, communication, or distraction, and you'll log every part of your workday. This isn't about judging yourself. It's about establishing a cold, hard baseline of reality. This 1-week commitment, it is the non-negotiable price of admission to reclaiming 10 hours of your life.
So once you have your 7 days of data, you roll right into phases 2 and 3. In the analysis phase, you apply the 80-20 rule. You add up all the minutes in each category, and you identify your single biggest time thief. Then, immediately, you convert that insight into action. You implement non-negotiable structural changes like time blocking your deep work and batching your distractions. An audit without action is just trivia.
Okay, so we know what this system is, but let's talk about why it's so ridiculously effective. This isn't just about managing a calendar better, it's about fundamentally rewiring your brain. Let's really unpack the psychological mechanics that make this tool so powerful. So how does this actually change your brain? Well, first, it completely overrides your cognitive bias. The raw data from your audit is like an unassailable reality check. It bypasses your feelings, your excuses, your self-deception. The data doesn't lie. Second, it dramatically increases your sense of control, your locus of control. That awful stress from feeling busy but helpless just melts away when you have a clear map showing you exactly where you lost control. It gives you back a sense of agency. And finally, it conserves your decision energy. It eliminates that daily draining debate of what should I work on next, preserving your precious focus for actually getting things done. And this slide right here, this is the moment of truth. This is the oh wow moment for almost everyone. On the left, we've got our perception. I was busy all day, I worked 10 solid hours. But on the right, we have the reality that the audit reveals. Maybe it was 4 hours of deep work, completely drowned out by 6 hours of just reacting to email. Seeing this giant chasm between your perceived effort and the actual results is what makes change not just possible, but completely inevitable. All right, enough theory. Let's get down to brass tacks. This is your exact step-by-step action plan to implement this system and reclaim those 10 hours, starting the second this explainer is over. Let's just anchor on this promise one more time. We are talking about finding 10+ hours of high-value, focused time every single week. This is the price. This is what your 7-day commitment is going to buy you. Here are the 3 non-negotiable steps. 1, you have to fully commit to the 7-day granular tracking. No excuses, no I forgot. 2, perform the 80-20 diagnostic. At the end of that week, you find your single biggest time thief and your single highest leverage activity. And 3, implement just one, powerful structural constraint immediately. Don't try to change everything, pick one big change and make it a rule. Let's make this even more tangible. Here are 3 critical rules to live by. First, log immediately. The moment a 15-minute block is over, log it. If you wait, your memory will start to distort things and the data becomes useless. Second, batch your thief. Your audit will show you your biggest time waster. For most of us, it's email, so batch it. Decide you'll only check email twice a day, maybe at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. You control the task, it doesn't control you. And third, maybe the most important, defend your leverage. Protect your high-value deep work time like it's a fortress. Block it on your calendar and create a digital quarantine. No email, no phone, no notifications. Okay, let's zoom out for the final big idea. This time auditing system isn't just a one-time fix. It's a brand new mindset for achieving and sustaining peak focus. It's about shifting your entire way of operating from one based on feelings to one based on facts. And really, it all boils down to this single, powerful lesson. You cannot manage what you do not measure. You can't improve your focus, you can't optimize your schedule, you can't reclaim your time if you don't have objective data on where it's actually going. Everything else is just guesswork. So here's the bottom line. Stop relying on the flawed bias system of your feelings to guide your work. It's lying to you. Start using objective data to find those hidden 10 hours and completely redesign your day. Time auditing is the tool that gives you that data. It's the definitive solution to the problem of time blindness. So let's bring it all together. Time auditing is the definitive solution for time blindness and time leakage. And why does this matter so much? Because it gives you the objective data you absolutely need to find and reclaim those 10 hours of wasted time. By using that 80-20 diagnostic and implementing structural constraints, you override your own cognitive biases and you dramatically increase your sense of control. Remember, productivity isn't about doing more. It's about mastering systems that make focus effortless. Your 7-day audit starts now. The only question left is, what will you do with your extra 10 hours?